Hello and welcome to By the Numbers. I'm FM20 and I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for joining me for this Belfast save. In this one we're going to talk about a quick graphics thing, talk about stats for the first time in a little while in the series, which is a bit bad considering it's by the numbers and we should be looking at numbers more often than we actually have been. And we're going to play a match against a team we've played a lot this season already, but it's just where it's kind of fallen. So the first thing graphics wise is I've put the logo in. The badge in, small badge in. It's not perfect because there aren't many Belfast Celtic badges out there. The one I've got I've cut and cleaned up a little bit because I sliced a few bits off, but it's better than the generic badge that we had before. So graphically we've done that. I'm also looking to see if there are any other new good skins out there for looking at the information, just to make it a bit easier on the eyes. I like the Renzi skin, a lot of people do. But I would like to see some others. I saw a few people on Twitter talking about different skins. One of the ones I got mentioned, I think by Bust the Net, was always worth watching, was the obsolete one. But I noticed on the obsolete one, it either shows current ability and potential ability, or it shows the stars as numbers, which threw me off a little bit. So I didn't really want that. The rest of it looked really good. But I just wondered if there's anything you recommend, let me know in the comments. I might give it a go. There's always this works for us. I would like to see other skins with different bits of, different ways of showing information. Schedule wise, let's look at what's happened since we last recorded. So last time we recorded was the cup match against Banbridge. Since then, we played Wakehurst where we battered them 1-0. We really outplayed them for that one. Then we beat Harland and Wolf Welders 4-0. And it was a kind of deserved 4-0. There was a flurry of goals around the sort of 45th to 55th minute. We beat Money Slane 4-1, and to be honest, they were lucky to get that one goal. And again, Rhys Hunter popping up the goal there. Watson as well. So giving the younger players a bit of a run out. And then we played Dundela again, and we lost against them 1-0, the opener of the season. And we lost against them 2-3. 3-2. Again, just like the first match of the season, it felt like it should have been a draw. It was this goal that did it. Let's have a look at this goal, actually, so you can feel my pain. So it was pretty even. Where are the match stats? See, pretty even, 15-16. We had less shots on target, but I was better, to be honest with you. And they won with this. It took a little while to load up. And this was a little bit disheartening. I mean, it's a good strike, but a bit of a pain. So they go long. What was on the break? Look at that. Actually, we managed to get players back, but he just blasted it in. So that felt a little unfair. But what I did was I looked at the XG for this match and all the matches I've played this season with this new tactic. So it has been a while since I've done anything stats-wise on the channel, just because I've been enjoying playing it, and with the new tactic I needed to gather new data, and I've done that. This is the table that way. Yep, up there. I put this together. I've done the XG for me. Actually, let's go through each column. The first column is who was the match against. Then we've got XG for Belfast Celtic. Then we've got the XG for the team we were playing. Then how many we actually scored and how many scored against us, and then the efficiency for scoring based on the actual score taken away from the expected score for and against. Give you an idea. So, for example, in that very first Dundela match, that very first row at the top, we had an XG of 1.97. They had an XG of 1.82. We scored nothing. They scored 1. So, because we scored nothing, we scored 1.97 less than we were expected. That's why it's a negative value in the for efficiency. And then the against efficiency, Dundela scored 0.82 less than they should have done. Bouncing around between less and fewer because goals are discrete amounts, so they should be fewer, but this is a value with a decimal, so it's less. So yeah, pedantry. So we didn't concede as much as you would expect potentially, but we also didn't score anywhere near as much, so that one should be a lot closer. And again, you can see at the bottom with Dundela again, we had a 1.7, they had a 1.74, but they sledged it and they won 3-2, so you can see the kind of difference in the sort of efficiencies there. And from this, from all the matches, cup matches as well as league matches, worked out that we're expected to score, according to our XG, 51.05 goals. We actually scored 51 goals. That's not bad. We're dead on for the XG. In terms of conceded, we're expected to concede 33.23, and we conceded 20. So actually we've conceded 13 less, or 13 fewer goals, 13.23 less goals than we would expect. So first of all, it means we're hitting our targets for XG. We're not underperforming. Our strikers basically aren't underperforming when we get into those positions. So all of this chat on the forums and Twitter about one-on-ones not being scored enough, things like that, that might be true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying they can't be improved. But for me, based on the data I've collected about XG and FM, and based on the XG that we've been getting in, we've been scoring pretty much exactly what we should be scoring. Whether that's because some things are weighted differently, so maybe I'm not scoring enough one-on-ones, but scoring other ones more often than I should be, maybe that's balancing out. I don't know. I've not gone into that. But I know I'm not being cheated out of goals by a poor match engine overall. So there you go. Disagree with me if you want. I've got my stats. Go do your own if you think it's different. Sorry, that came across a little bit. But you know, you can do it. It's easy to do. Look at my article and dictate the game. You can work out your own XG. One thing to bear in mind is Pacey Plays. And go look at Pacey Plays' blog. It's really good. You can follow him on Twitter as well. He's noticed that when you're trying to look at the match stats, like the analysis that you get, I'll show you you go to the teams bit here. If it shows you stuff without doing this generating match report bit at the top, which it's just done, then the match stats might be incorrect, including, you know, which shots were goals and which shots weren't. So quite important stuff might be incorrect. So make sure it does the generating match report if you're going to do that. Yeah, so have a look at what he's done as well. Follow those kind of rules. It's easy enough to do as long as you're doing it as you're going along. If you leave it all to the end of the season, it gets quite painful to do. And if you've got a match with 60 odd shots in because you both got 30 each, that can take a little while. But not, you know, it takes 30 seconds maybe a game to get it done. So overall, it looks like our defence or our keeper, it's probably more our keeper, is doing a good job at keeping our goals. 13 fewer goals, which has helped overall. We don't know whether that's definitely the case, whether it's our keepers doing, or whether this is just a lucky streak. We only got really half a season's worth of data. It could be this reverts back to the norm, or it could be we've got an overperforming keeper. Robinson, our keeper, was overperforming in comparison to our old keeper. That's a definite. So maybe he's still doing it. Now maybe we've got a keeper who's quite good for this level. What we've also looked at is the kind of mean per game, so this bottom row. So we're getting an XG of 2.5525 goals per game, and we're actually scoring an average 2.55 goals. So again, it's matching up. But to put it in context, in the real world, Liverpool's average, it depends which stat site you go to, but Liverpool are kind of running away with things at the moment, but their average XG per game is about 2.4, I think. So basically, I'm not saying we're Liverpool, but we are the Liverpool of the Bluefin Sport Premier Intermediate League. Even if the other teams are keeping pace with us, and I'll show you the league table in a second, so I'm going to look at the goals again. We're doing well in that sense. And again, to put it in context of how we were doing with the hoof harder, hoof longer, we were getting an XG of around 1.8, 1.9 at best, quite often around 1.7 with that one. So we've improved by almost a full goal, in that sense, which is a big improvement. And it also means if we're scoring on average 2 goals, and remember 2.55 is a nonsensical amount of goals. It basically means we're getting between about 2.5, between about 2 and 3 goals a match, but we're only conceding on average, you can see here, 1 per match. Expected to be conceding 1.66, we're only conceding 1. that gives us a good cushion in a lot of games, which is why we've not lost that many. So this is on Twitter if you want to have a look at it as well. You can have a look at the Dictate the Game article if you want to go around looking at XG. But basically, the tactic's doing well, and the fact that we've got 51 goals is really good. So I'll get rid of this for a sec. Just fine. Let's look at the league table. So we're second currently, but we've got a game in hand on Upbraid, and we're only a point behind. We're 3 points behind our best ever point finish already, just over the halfway mark in the league. So we should be all right for beating that. We've scored 33 goals, which is more than anyone else. 9 more than Upbraid, our closest kind of rivals. 10 more than Turbomore. Against, only conceded 13, so we're not the best, but we're not far off. That's a good amount. If you look at previous years, the year before we'd scored 27, conceded 18, so we've already scored more. 27 for 28 against again. Yeah, it's the same, isn't it, for those 2 seasons? And then our very first season, 22-24. So we've massively improved the goals scored already. And if we stay on this, if we concede the same amount of goals again, in the second half of the season, essentially, then we'll have improved slightly our kind of goals against by a couple of goals, which is hopefully promotion worthy. So let's get on with the match. Also, sorry, I keep saying also, one more thing, another thing. We've actually got some decent partnerships going on, especially here. Look at this: Cockcroft and Bonis, Cockcroft and Devlin, Devlin and Bonis. Ignore the bit about the roles not being suitable. That's nonsense. But they are doing well. Bonis has got 12 goals in all competitions. Devlin's got 3. Robinson's chipped in with 6. Warwick's got 3. Cockcroft's got 3. The goals getting spread out, but the strikers are definitely doing better than previously. Another thing to point out before we start, just thinking ahead to the future. We're only going to fit one game into this episode, aren't we? In the team report, they pointed out they think Watson is our best right winger, and that Garrett, who plays in the reserves, is our best left winger. I'm not convinced by that, to be honest. I don't think Garrett is better than Warwick, and I don't think Watson is currently better than Robinson. But attribute-wise, they are close, so I might give them more room in the team, give them some opportunities. Let's give it a whirl. Against Banbridge again, this time it's in the league. We have played against them a lot on camera because of the cups, but actually no, one of them was off camera. It was the opening game when we were doing the all tactic. Let's see how we get on with this. The match doesn't last too long. I've got some Frosties downstairs I want to eat. I'm really enjoying this tactic as well. I've put the instructions up on the Sports Interactive forum in the hoofball thread as well. Obviously, you can watch the videos if you want to use this wide one. Well, Warwick. What I will do at the end of this as well, just to get a few more stats in. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save this for the next one. The next video, what I'll try and do, if I remember, is look at our set piece stats as well, and see how we're doing with that. And look at our kind of goal assists, assist locations and stuff like that, just to see how this tactic's playing, whether our set pieces are actually... Oh, look at that tackle. Played on. That wasn't fair. Doing really well against us. Yeah, in the next episode, I'll look at the set pieces, see we're scoring lots of free kicks, we're scoring lots of corners, lots of throw-ins, and see if it tallies up with what I think. I think we're scoring a reasonable amount. A lot of them won't actually show up because they won't be directly from them, so there's a lot of throw-ins where it's the second ball from the long throw that goes in, not the first one. Bonus almost getting one from the corner there. A little bit wayward. Devlin. Stop that one. That was nice. Cockcroft in. Evans again. Oh, scrambled. That's a beautiful hoofball goal. Stuck in the mixer there. Booting it towards the goal again and again until it eventually goes off the heel of someone who had nothing to do with it. That. 1, 2, 3. To be honest, Mitchell, I think he did kick it, but in the opposite direction. And it would have been on target, so he's been counted as his goal, but Cockcroft. Oh, if Mitchell hadn't been offside, that would have been perfect. Again, really weird thing to say. Like, if we'd been obeying the rules, that would have been a goal. Yeah. Go on, Devlin. Nice ball through. Oh, what a strike. Beautiful. 10th goal of the season. Assist by Bonis. Reasonably long ball by Warwick to get the counter-attack going, and then just Bonis puts him through. I don't want to jinx things. I don't. But if we don't go up this season, when will we go up? Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention. Another thing is we got offered an interview by Crusaders, who at the time were 4th in the Premiership. It's only like a couple of weeks ago in game. So they offered us an interview, but they were really rude about it. So they said they had reservations about offering an interview because even though they've got a scaled back, ambitions, then as PC Players mentioned on my Twitter feed, scaled back just means they've got no money. Even though they've got scaled back ambitions, they doubted my ability or suitability for the job because of my inability to win silverware. As FM Vars, who you should also check out his blog on the kind of Hungarian Puskas development, is well worth looking at. And his Moneyball stuff on Dictate the Game as well. But as he pointed out, tin pot's better than silverware, so we're happy with our Steel and Suns win. Crusaders can go shove it, basically. Also, we're enjoying this too much at Belfast. I want to build Belfast up if I can. If we end up like 8 seasons, Bonis. If we end up sort of 8 seasons in and we're still in this division, still trying to fend off offers for our players because they're not signing terms, then maybe I'll move. And I'll show you something at the end of this to do with the relative transfers and stuff like that. Go on, Robinson, get it back. Reset. Go on, Devlin. Actually, no, I don't need to show you the wage thing, but basically, when you see the average wage or average salary or annual salary per team, we're at the bottom because we have no value, because we don't have any real contracts. Every other team does. Every other team in this league has offered at least some players, maybe not all of them, but some players, terms. So they've been able to keep hold of some players. That's what we're competing with. Everyone else can at least protect a few of their assets, and we struggle. Oh, Cockcroft through. I think this is going to quite... Not everyone wasn't quite set for that. At the start of a good move, but not quite. Also, he's been quiet this match, but Banbridge are playing Little, who used to be one of our promising right-backs. And I've not gone in hard on him because I did that in the last one. We've not needed to. Devlin made that look so easy. Like he wasn't even bothered about that. Bonis picks it up. Ball in. Not a great ball. There's work to do. Left foot. Have it. So Devlin's got his hat-trick. Goal bonuses will have to pay out in this match. Oh, I thought that was going in. I know I shouldn't be like disappointed it didn't go in. It did. We'd still win, and it would save me clean sheet bonus for Ray. It stands he's going to get a £45 bonus. There's little. First time I've seen him. Nice little move. Well defended. $15 shots there, 7. They're edging possession, but they're not doing much with it. God, one of you. I bring off McGreevy soon. His kind of backup, Mabin, who originally wasn't a defensive midfielder, now has that appear as one of his positions. So it looks like he might be getting the role. He's doing alright. I might take Devlin off as well, just so we can applaud him. Or at least the fans can applaud him. There we go, that's the goal bonus for Ray, completely obliterated once again. I went back and there's only been like 2 or 3 clean sheets, and for one of them he wasn't even playing. So he wouldn't have got the bonus. Good save. Right, let's make some subs. Get on Watson, for Robinson, Mabin, McGreevy, and we'll go all out and put Hunter on for Devlin. So again, with this match, if it stays as it is, we'll be on 38 goals in the league, which is a full 10 higher than our highest amount of goals scored in previous seasons. And we'll be matched with our highest points total as well. Like another 9 games to go, something like that. Through? Must. I think Hunter's better than Scott was, who we got rid of. He has scored a couple. He doesn't always look that dangerous. He gets in, and then his shots are on target, but not dangerously on target. They're on target for the keeper a lot of the time. Nice little turn. Well done. It definitely was a sublime finish, that one. Look at his turn. Oh, little with the assist, technically. Round he goes. On Hunter. He goes away. His touch takes him away. I was worried that was going in then. There might be some kind of fight back on the cards, but I think we should be alright. Bonus. Go on. And I ran into trouble there. On. Full time on it, ref. In the players we've subbed on have been pretty quiet, but to be honest, he scored 5 goals. The job's kind of done. Still trying though. Credit to Banbridge. Go long. That's actually quite a good ball out, that. Oh, Hunter almost. Again, that was only possible because we had 3 people pushing them. I don't know why I feel tense. We've clearly won this. Seems to be one continuous. Oh, when he had a little bit more pace, that would have been it. There we go. See what that does to the table. Right then. Top of the table by 2 points. 29 points, which is our joint top record, so we should break that. Broken the goals 4. There we go. So schedule-wise, got a few cup matches that I won't come back for. I might come back for the Port Stewart match and then the Tobermoor. Then we'll have a better idea of where we are with what we need to do for the kind of run-in the rest of the season. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.